Got breaking news, Michael Bridge.
Yeah, and it comes from Chelsea, and they've agreed a deal with Aston Villa for Emiliano Martinez. The transfer for the goalkeeper is worth £7.5 million. Now, over the last few days, plenty of discussion for Chelsea's win over Fulham was Robert Sanchez. Now, Chelsea have said time and time again, he is our #1 goalkeeper. But many have been bemused because they've strengthened in all the other areas, but not the goalkeeping situation. They've got Robert Sanchez and Mike Penders. Penders starts tonight against Luton. However, it does look like now that Chelsea are going to have a new #1, agreeing a deal with Aston Villa for Emiliano Martinez, £7.5 million. I think he said goodbye about 2 years ago. I think he came against Tottenham in May. But he stayed at Aston Villa last season. There was all that with the Marco Bizot. But he did stay. There was the goodbye. But this time, Aston Villa have strengthened in goal. And he was about to go to Juve, if you remember, a few weeks ago, Emiliano Martinez. So they had a bit of an issue, Aston Villa, because you are keeping a player of Martinez's stature. But they signed Zion Suzuki a few weeks ago at Aston Villa, and he looks really good, very highly regarded. But Chelsea have agreed a deal with Villa. Emiliano Martinez on his way to Stamford Bridge.
Mark, this feels like a good fit.
This feels like the perfect fit for Chelsea right now. And we've seen maybe a sort of transformation in their approach to the window and the way they recruit players and the profile of players that they've been signing. And that's maybe the Xabi Alonso influence. He's saying, look, it's great to have all these talented youngsters, but for them to develop on and off the pitch, which is crucial, we need to have the experienced voices around them. And that's going to be vital for this Chelsea side to be successful moving forward. You've seen them go into the market and sign Danny Welbeck, well into his 30s. The same with Jordan Henderson, who's been described to me as probably one of the greatest Premier League captains in the modern era. He's a brilliant figure in that dressing room. And now you've got a hugely experienced World Cup winner coming in as essentially your #1.
Yeah, but he's also at the peak of his powers. But the other two aren't, but this bloke is.
He's ready to do it right now. And that's what's crucial for Chelsea. It's not about having a player that might be good in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years' time. It's about winning silverware now. That's what the Chelsea fans demand. They want that right now. And that's where it feels like this is a sensible piece of business. Aston Villa were looking for £10 million, £7.5 million. Feels like a good deal. You look at some goalkeepers, they play until they're 38, 39, 40. So at his age, he could still have a good few years in him.
If I said to you in June, which club signs Danny Welbeck, Jordan Henderson and Emiliano Martinez, I wouldn't have gone Chelsea if you gave me 10 guesses. But I like it.
Yeah.
I get it. Voices, like experience, they've won things. I totally understand it. I know people say he might not be the Emiliano Martinez of what Villa had maybe a couple of years ago, but I think this is a really strong... I think it's a shrewd signing.
What is he? He's only 31, isn't he, or something?
I think he's
32, 33, yeah.
He's
33.
He's not old for a keeper.
No. He's got plenty of time left. And like you say, that stability at the back, that maybe that youthful defence that Chelsea have, suddenly they've got that experienced voice behind them, and that feels like it could be, you know, a colossus.
So one Argentinian might be going out the door, but no, we want to bring one in, don't we?